Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series. Okay, so quick start from both players. A turn 2 Despoiler of Souls into turn 2 Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Swings in for 3. Taking down to 16. Pops the Bloodstained Mire. And Fleshbag Marauder. And he sacrifices the Despoiler of Souls, since he can get it back theoretically. And this way, it gets rid of the can't block penalty on the Despoiler. Marauder's the same power and toughness, he's just a vanilla creature now. Crackling Doom to clear the board. Zulaport Cutthroat into Bloodsoaked Champion. So, Mono Black deck versus Dark Jeskai. Okay, Dark Jeskai doesn't play anything. Mono Black swings in for 3. Takes them down to 13. Three mana available. Liliana, Heretical Healer. And Ojutai's command. Counter it and draw a card. No, counter it and return Jace. No wonder the screen went all wonky. It was having to throw Liliana and Ojutai's command in the graveyard while throwing Jace back onto the field, while showing all of that in the stack and the triggers and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of just became a blink and you'd miss whatever just happened. But Ojutai's command. Soulfire Grandmaster. Jace shrinks the Bloodsoaked Champion, so he's a 0/1. Four mana for the Mono Black deck. He plays Merciless Executioner. Sacrifices the Bloodsoaked Champion. Soulfire Grandmaster dies. Zulaport Cutthroat triggers. He's at 11. Jace's ultimate goes off on 9, so he's got a ways to go. He does have the flashback ability, which could help him with Crackling Doom. And Murderous Cut to get rid of Zulaport Cutthroat. Cutthroat triggers, takes him down to 10. Jace shrinks the Merciless Executioner to a 1/1. Fetch land brings him down to 9. Two cards in hand for the Dark Jeskai deck. And 6 mana available. 4 mana for the Mono Black deck. 3 cards in his hand. Attacks with the Executioner straight to the face, because he is at a low enough life and Jace isn't really that big of a threat yet, and 1 damage isn't really gonna change a whole lot. Kolaghan's command, returning Soulfire Grandmaster and zapping the Executioner. Pays 2 to play Despoiler of Souls. Pays 2 to bring back Bloodsoaked Champion. I was kind of expecting him to bring back the other Despoiler of Souls. Soulfire Grandmaster. And Jace shrinks the Bloodsoaked Champion. Four mana open, 2 cards in hand for the Dark Jeskai deck. 3 cards for the mono black deck. 4 mana available. Three for Read the Bones. This would actually be a really good time to counterspell. The mono black deck is not doing so well now. No counter puts the top 2 cards back on top. Bloodstained Mire, fetch land. And he could bring back the other Despoiler of Souls right now if he wanted to. Going to combat. Attacks with the Despoiler of Souls. Response? Utter End. Gets rid of the Despoiler. And Jace shrinks the Bloodsoaked Champion. Okay, so he can do the other Despoiler anytime he wants. Soulfire Grandmaster goes in. Hits for 2, gains 2. Five. Treasure Cruise. He had to spend a lot of mana because he wanted to keep a lot of those cards in his graveyard. That way he can potentially cast them again with Jace. Okay, Duress. No cards to get rid of. Merciless Executioner, Despoiler of Souls, and Zulaport Cutthroat in his hand. Paying 2 to bring back the Despoiler of Souls. Now that he's tapped out, now he can play pretty much everything in his hand. Zulaport Cutthroat. Merciless Executioner. Sack the Bloodsoaked Champion. Triggers Zulaport Cutthroat. Kills off the Soulfire Grandmaster. And Despoiler to Jace. Or he could go straight to the face. Cast a spell, target opponent. Puts the top 5 cards. Nope, he's going for Jace. Jace goes down to 6. Dark Jeskai has 4 cards in hand. And with Jace's flashback ability, he targets Kolagon's command. I was about to say, and with Jace's flashback ability, he effectively has one more card of whatever he wants from his graveyard. Kolagon's command brings back the Soulfire Grandmaster and zaps the Zulaport Cutthroat. Cutthroat dies, triggers. Dark Jeskai is down to 9. Jace is down to 3. 3 mana, 5 cards in hand. Throws down another Jace. This is actually pretty tight. Zulaport Cutthroat. Dark Jeskai's at 9 life. Unless he blocks with Jace, he could get through for 6 right here. So, who does he attack? Does he go for the kill on Jace, knowing that Jace will just come back? Yes, he does. But he goes with the Despoiler at Jace and the Executioner at the face, so that Dark Jeskai has to choose. He does not block either way. Jace dies. Despoiler comes into play, brings back Bloodsoaked Champion. Well, now would be a really good time to play a board clear. You're playing black and white. A Languish would do very good right here. End Hostilities, Planar Awakening. Radiant Flames would be perfect here as well. Soulfire Grandmaster hits the field. And roast the Zulaport Cutthroat. Cutthroat triggers. Fairy Impulse to get rid of the Executioner. He's just gaining all sorts of life because of that Grandmaster. He's back up to 13. Jace shrinks the Bloodsoaked Champion, so he's at 6. And both the Despoilers go for Jace. And Jace dies. Bloodsoaked Champion. 0 cards in hand. No tricks from the graveyard that he has available. Dark Jeskai plays a land, 2 cards in hand. Swings with the Soulfire Grandmaster, knowing he can't block. So evens things up to 15-15. 2 cards in hand, though. Unfortunately, the mono black deck doesn't have one giant creature that if he has uh, Crackling Doom, it'll only kill one of the 3/1s. He'll still have to take 7. Play it if you're going to play it. Okay, he activates Soulfire Grandmaster's ability. And Fiery Impulse on one of the Despoilers. Goes up to 18. He'll take 7, go down to 11. He has the Fiery Impulse still in his hand. Oh, and the mono black deck drew a land. And at this point, the Dark Jeskai deck can just sit back and machine gun with the Fiery Impulse if he wants. Every turn, just zap. It's dead. I'll gain 3 life, thank you. Zap, that's dead. I'll gain another 3 life. Attacks with the Grandmaster. Takes the mono black deck down to 12. Brings him back up to 13. He returns one of the Despoilers to the field. Well, the only one. Attacks all out. 10 total damage on the field. Activating Grandmaster. Another Fiery Impulse. Because eventually, if you keep doing just this, eventually the mono black deck is going to catch up. You're down to 9. He's got enough creatures in his graveyard to bring the Despoiler back 2 more times. And he's got 1 card in his hand. Attacks with the Grandmaster again. Back up to 11. This certainly turned out to be quite the knockdown, drag-out fight. Neither one of these guys is going down easy. Brings back the Despoiler. 2 cards in hand on both sides. At the moment... Oh, I didn't look at his graveyard correctly. That was the last time he can do that trick with Despoiler unless he puts another creature in his graveyard. Polluted Delta leaves him with 1 card in hand, so unfortunately he drew a land one of these times. Activate Soulfire Grandmaster again. Fiery Impulse on Despoiler of Souls. Puts him back up to 14. And Crackling Doom gets rid of the Despoiler. Brings him up to 16. Takes the mono black deck down to 7. He can bring the Despoiler back this time, but with the Dark Jeskai deck deciding to throw the Crackling Doom on top of that, I think he's turned the corner. You know, at this point, let's see, 4. Yeah, at this point, if I had been him, I would have manned up the Shambling Vents and attacked right there. He still would have had enough mana to activate Soulfire Grandmaster and Fiery Impulse again. And he's going with the Despoiler. Last time. 2 cards in hand. For the sake of this video being a little more interesting, I hope he didn't draw a land. Attack all out. Total of 7 damage. Activate Soulfire Grandmaster. Fiery Impulse on the Despoiler. Gain 3, go up to 17. Take 4. Or activate it again. Fiery Impulse again. Take down Bloodsoaked Champion. And take 2 out of 20. Being able to... Oop! Mardu Skull Hunter. Target opponent discards a card if you attacked this turn. So gets rid of Fiery Impulse. So no more Fiery Impulse Machine Gun. And he brings back the Bloodsoaked Champion. Dark Jeskai top decked. No, he's activating Shambling Vent. Bloodsoak can't block, so this will be 4 damage. All of it lifelink, so he'll be back up to 22. And the mono black deck will be at 1. And this is basically his last chance. Skull Hunter is the only creature that he has that can block. And that isn't enough to keep him alive. Attacks with both the Bloodsoaked Champions. Goes down to 18. Fleshbag Marauder. Okay. That'll get rid of the Soulfire Grandmaster. He sacrifices Bloodsoaked Champion. Pays to bring it back. He's still in this. He has 2 blockers now and only 1 attacker to fend off. Okay, plays another Soulfire Grandmaster, but it can't attack this turn. And yeah, no reason to man up the Shambling Vents against a field like that unless you had the ability to kill the Fleshbag. And you can only really send in the Bloodsoaks. He doesn't attack with the Bloodsoaked Champions. Plays Drana. Drana, he is at 1. Dark Jeskai has plenty of ways to kill him at 1. But if he can't... Okay, a second Soulfire Grandmaster. If he can't, Drana is actually really, really good for him. Alright, 2 cards in hand, 8 mana to work with. It's too bad we haven't seen a single kill card from him. An ultimate price would be really good for him right now. Or Ruinous Path. I'm pretty sure you can pay for the Awaken with that. Anyway, Bloodsoaks go in, Drana goes in. Drana cannot be blocked because he doesn't have a flyer. So she buffs both the Bloodsoaks to 3/2s. They both hit. He's down to 10. Throws down Liliana. I was a little bit worried about him right there because he potentially left himself open, but now he has 3 blockers for the 3 creatures that Dark Jeskai can have. But all it's going to take is 1 burn spell, 1 kill card. Okay, he's manning up Shambling Vents. Activating Soulfire Grandmaster. A little bit of overkill there. Fiery Impulse on Liliana, and that's the game. You didn't have to activate Soulfire Grandmaster. Yes, that was a well-fought and hard-fought game. I didn't actually expect the mono black deck to be able to go the distance, but that right there was a pretty damn good game. A mono black deck, which is very, very rare in tournament practice, against Dark Jeskai. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.